Hello and welcome to Sunday of the Fiesta tournament. Here we are. We have M1, 15 threes, your favorites, versus Northern Heat 15 ones. So 15 threes versus a 15-1 team. M1 yesterday going 1-2 in pool play and somehow ending up in the highest bracket here, which not exactly sure how we came across that, but look forward to some good volleyball today. This is probably a highly skilled team that we're playing against here today. And with that, we're underway. Northern Heat brings that to Rashis. It's Henderson over to Nearstay. Nearstay with a soft set. Nice block at the net by Maslow. Northern Heat keeps this alive. Sophia Schwant to Henderson. Henderson soft set over. Looking to keep them guessing. Oh, what a great dig by Henriksen over to Henderson. And that give and go back to Henriksen. She sends that over with a bump. Henriksen with another dive here. Unfortunately, just out of your screen there on the left. Northern Heat takes the first blood. And they'll retain service. It's 1-0 Northern Heat. Service, it's right to Rashis, up. Maslow back to Rashis. Rashis sends over with a bump. Northern Heat goes to work. Long set, hit coming. Great block by Nearstay. And that falls in for a point for M1. It's a tie game, 1-1. Fiona Bechtel coming in to serve here for Sophia Schwant. Bechtel here from the backcourt. Sends out to Northern Heat. They'll work from their backside. Hit from well beyond the 10-foot line to Rashis. Henderson over to Henriksen. She goes with a drive. This to the back line to Northern Heat, and they'll handle just fine. Bechtel, Henderson, over to Nearstay. Nearstay with a good drive to the back corner, Northern Heat. And they can't finish the job. 2-1, M1. Fiona Bechtel now from well beyond the baseline. Running jump serve by Bechtel. This is going to go just a tad bit far. 2-2 your score. Service by Heat. Oh, miscommunication. Henriksen, Rashis, and Henderson can't decide whose ball that is. Hate to see us losing points like that. 3-2 Northern Heat. Service, it's right to Bechtel. Bechtel now. Henderson, Nearstay with the drive. That to the backcourt. And a drive right from the front line by Lucy Maslow. Nice work. Kenna Rashis goes with a bump over there. Henderson back to Bechtel. Here's Nearstay with a touch set to the backcourt of Northern Heat. They'll send this up. Touch set coming over. Rashis. Henderson. Nearstay with a drive. She sends that into Northern Heat's bench. Well off the mark there. Makes it 4-2 Northern Heat. Northern Heat from their backcourt. Nice serve by Northern Heat. Good job by Madeline Henriksen there with the dig off that drive by Northern Heat. They'll keep this alive. Bechtel to Henderson. Backward set. Nearstay with the drive. Good hit by Nearstay down the line, but Northern Heat able to handle. They'll come right across with it. Temporary block there by M1. Nice work. Heat bring that forward. Miscommunication on Northern Heat advantage. M1, they regain service. M1 down by 1. Lucy Maslow to the back line to serve. 3-4. Maslow with the drive. That one's good. That's an ace. Tie game here in the first set. We're going to play best of 3. Played a 25, going to win by 2. Lucy Maslow working now from the left side of the court. Maslow with the drive. Heat set this up. They'll handle just fine. Henderson backward. Set near stay, which is a touch set coming over. Heat not able to handle. M1 with their first lead of the day. 5-4. Maslow to the back line to serve. Maslow running jump serve just over the net. Real nice serve by Lucy Maslow. Backwards bump. Heat send it over. Bechtel, Henderson. Over to Henderson. Touch set to the far corner. Henderson trying to get some distance there on Northern Heat. Northern Heat with 4 touches. One too many. Can't do that. 6-4. M1. Lucy Maslow running jump serve. This one step too far. A little too much meat on the bone there. Northern Heat take advantage of the unforced error. Maslow out and Kenarashis in. Drive by Northern Heat. Fiona Bechtel lets that fall right in front of her. And the Heat tie the game. Looks like Bechtel and Henriksen kind of had a miscommunication there on that ball. Northern Heat with the drive again. This one right to Bechtel. She dives down. Bechtel to Henderson. Reese Elliott gets this one over. Is set by Heat. They come over with the drive. Bechtel and Henderson get a piece of it on the block, but it's not enough. And Heat will take the point there. 7-6 on the lead. Northern Heat from their backcourt. They'll serve. This drive back to Bechtel. She'll settle. Henderson with the pass to Henriksen. Henriksen the drive to the backcourt of the Northern Heat. They'll put this one up. Drive coming by Northern Heat will miss the mark. And M1 ties it up at 7. Kenna Watson in for Kinley Henderson. And Signe Carter in for Resi Nearstay. Signe Carter to the back line to serve. Carter, number 24. Sporting the single simple pony here today. With the drive down the line. Northern Heat not able to handle. A little miscommunication on their part. 1 point advantage here for M1. Signe Carter will keep it alive. 8-7 M1. Carter. Running jump serve. Nice serve by Signe Carter. Almost found a soft spot here. Northern Heat keeps it alive. Roshis. Carter set. Unfortunately, that set was off the mark. Tie game. I think she was looking for her outside hitter to run into that position, but outside hitter was set up down along the out of bounds line looking for a long set. Kenarashis was back in the backcourt there. 8-8. Northern Heat. Roshis. Carter backward set. Henderson with a wonderful drive there. Actually, excuse me, that was Henriksen. Henriksen from the outside there. Wonderful drive. I thought we had Kinley. Now it's Madeline Henriksen here from your backcourt, sporting the single simple pony. Henriksen walks, stands and delivers to the backcourt of Northern Heat. They'll keep it alive. Sideways bump sends it over. Roshis. Carter, she'll send that over with a long set. No hit there for M1. Long set outside the antenna. That ball was set outside the antenna by Northern Heat. That'll be a point for M1. It's 10-8, 2 point advantage. M1 Laser Cats. Madeline Henriksen now works from back beyond her baseline. Drive by Henriksen. It's just a little bit long. 10-9. Northern Heat back to their baseline. Northern Heat. Roshis takes Henriksen's ball. That one going right towards Henriksen. Roshis kind of off the mark there. Got right in front of Henriksen and goes sideways there. Little miscommunication on M1. This drive now right back to Henriksen. She'll settle. Carter, Watson. Good drive by Watson to that back corner. Northern Heat keeps this alive with a backwards bump. Roshis, Carter, long set here. Schwant wisely bumps that over. Roshis plays this one. Just tries to get a hand on it. There's really no one there. That was a nice play by Northern Heat. Score now 11-10. Northern Heat 1 point advantage. Serve to Henriksen. She'll settle. Signe Carter backwards set. Watson with a nice, wise decision puts a soft set over. Northern Heat misplays this. It's a tie game. Lucy Maslow in for Reese Elliott as Kenna Roshis goes to the back line to serve. Roshis running jump serve. This drive to the back corner. Nice serve by Roshis. This bump will come over Henriksen. Carter backwards set. Nice play by Maslow to get that over. Roshis has to go deep for it. Back to Roshis. Roshis misplays that one. She tried to go sideways bump with it. Didn't make it. It's a little give and go. Watson to Roshis, but off the mark. This one back to Henriksen. Still settle. Roshis. Back to Henriksen. Hit from beyond the 10-foot line. Goes wide of the out-of-bounds line. That one's out. 13-11, Northern Heat. This one back. Henriksen plays it. It's off the hanging basket here, backboard. That was a great play by Kenna Roshis. Carter over to Schwant. Schwant goes backwards bump with this, kept this alive. Northern Heat drives it. Roshis. It's a net violation here on Northern Heat. Oh, excuse me. Line violation. That was not on Northern Heat. It was a line violation on M1. Well, it's too bad. That was a really good, hard-fought point by M1 that, if you can see those backboards that are tied up to the ceiling, the ball on right off the serve, M1 settled that ball, played it off the backboard and kept it alive. It's the backboard that you can't see. It's out of the frame, at the top of your frame here. So it was quite the point. That ball came down hard from the ceiling and we kept it alive. So anyways, 3-point advantage for Northern Heat here. This set number 1, best of 3. Played at 25, got to win by 2. Northern Heat to the backcourt to serve. This serve right to Kenna Roshis. She'll play it up. Carter backwards set. Watson right into a block and kept alive nicely. Sophia Schwant plays this right over. Nice play, Sophia Schwant from the outside. Now a 2-point advantage. Kinley Henderson for Kenzie Watson. Resinier stay for Signe Carter. Henderson here to the back line to serve. She'll sport a single simple pony today, one of her favorites. Number 66, Kinley Henderson with the drive. Nice serve, Henderson. Northern Heat not able to handle that one. Kinley Henderson, a product of Lakeville South, if I'm not mistaken. Running jump serve. Nice drive by Henderson here. Touch set coming over. Kenna Roshis somehow keeps it alive. What an athletic play. What an athletic play by Kenna Roshis. Oh my gosh. She just dove at the last second. Just got a piece of the ball right above the ground. Oh my gosh. That was fun to see. Kinley Henderson here with a nice drive. Northern Heat somehow keeps this alive. They'll work from their backcourt. They send this ball over, and it kind of rolls right off the net, and Lucy Maslow was there to play the ball, but he kind of took a weird carom off the net. I don't think she was expecting it. 1-point advantage for Northern Heat, 15-14. This drive right to Roshis. She misplays this ball. 2-point advantage now for Northern Heat. This drive straight back to Roshis. This one coming to me. I could have played it. Rosh's here having a difficult time off the back line. 17-14. This one into the net, unforced error. M1 gets a break there, regains service. 2-point advantage for Northern Heat. Here is Fiona Bechtel in for Sophia Schwant. Bechtel now coming to the back line to serve, sporting the single simple frizzed out pony. Bechtel, good drive here. Northern Heat can't handle that one. That is an ace. 1-point advantage for the Heat. Bechtel running jump strip just over the net. Nice play, nice block there by Lucy Maslow as that came right towards the front of the net. This one's over. Maslow, Henriksen with the drive right into a block. Roshis keeps it alive. Henderson to Nearstay with the drive to the backcourt where the Heat will keep this alive. Touch set comes over. Bechtel, Henderson, backward set. Nearstay, long set into the backcourt of the Heat. They'll go with a long set drive here coming by the Heat. Bechtel, Henderson. Nice play, nice touch set by Lucy Maslow. Back over to the Lucy Maslow with the touch set right, just keeping that alive. Nice play, M1. Tie game. Fiona Bechtel with the drive. And this setup goes far to the wide court of Northern Heat, and they'll misplay this ball. M1 takes advantage. Timeout, Northern Heat. With this timeout, we just want to say special thanks to our sponsor, South Metro Driving School. Fiona Bechtel here from the back line to serve. Bechtel service. This to the backcourt of Northern Heat. They'll play it up. The drive coming over. It's Henderson. Roshis. That comes way sideways. It's going to be 4 hits here on M1. Tie game now. Unfortunately, M1. Roshis kind of passed Nearstay was just a little bit wide. This one back, Roshis, she sets it. Bechtel over to Maslow. Maslow swings and misses. 19-18. Northern Heat to the backcourt to serve this one to Bechtel. Henderson backwards set. Nearstay with the drive. Nice hit by Nearstay. This one just walks over. Henderson goes backwards. Roshis sends this with a long set going over. Northern Heat back to work, and unfortunately, M1 thought that ball was going out, and it landed squarely in the court there. 20-18. It's a 2-point advantage here for Northern Heat. This game, once again, played to 25, got to win by 2. Northern Heat to the backcourt to serve. Heat, their drive just over the net. Nice play by Kenna Roshis. She lays down for that one. Northern Heat's got to go far for that ball. This will be 4 touches on Northern Heat, but they get it over. Oh, and M1, unfortunately. I think we thought Northern Heat was not going to get that ball over, and we were surprised, and we looked a little bit unprepared there. Northern Heat with a drive. This back to Roshis. Henderson long set. Here's Henriksen with the drive into the net. That on forced error, making it 22-18. 4-point advantage for M1. Or, excuse me, for Northern Heat. And we break. We're back. 4-point advantage, Northern Heat. This drive back to Bechtel. She'll keep it alive. Henderson. Here's Henriksen from the outside. Good drive. Northern Heat sends it over Rauschus. Near stay. Henderson. It's too little, too late. Unfortunately, point for Northern Heat. 5-point advantage. Critical balls here for M1. This drive right back to Bechtel. Henderson. Here's Nearstay. Good drive by Nearstay. This ball touches the ground before Northern Heat can play it. Reese Elliott in for Kenarashis. Lucy Maslow to the back line to serve. Maslow running jump serve. This is a good one. Northern Heat able to keep it alive. They'll go way backwards to their back line and send it forwards. Bechtel. Henderson over to Henriksen. Good touch set over a block by Henriksen. Smart move. This one back to Bechtel. Henderson soft set. Elliott with the drive. They're going to call a net violation on Northern Heat. It is 23-20 Northern Heat with a 3-point advantage. Lucy Maslow to the back line to serve. Maslow running jump serve down the line. The Heat play it from their backcourt. They'll bring this forward. Coming over, Maslow. Henderson long set to Henriksen. Her drive to the backcourt. Heat able to keep it alive. Touch set backwards. Long set by the Heat. It's near stay. Henderson over to Henriksen. Touch set by Henriksen looking for real estate over in the Heat, and they keep this alive. Hit from well beyond the 10-foot line. Past the baseline. That one's out. M1 takes the point. The Heat with a 2-point advantage. It's 23-21. Lucy Maslow running jump serve. Serve is good. The Heat play it from their backcourt. They can't get this one over. It is now 23-22, 1-point advantage by the Northern Heat. We'll play to 25, got to win by 2. Maslow. Running jump serve by Maslow, played by the Heat. That ball looked like it was going long. We have a tie game here, folks. Great focus by your M1 Laser Cats. Great focus by your M1 Laser Cats. Timeout. 23-23. What a game. We're going to play this to 25. Got to win by 2. This is the first set, best of 3. Good focus by our M1 Laser Cats here this morning. It's a kind of a different game than we were playing yesterday. We look more with it, like we want to win. So good to see the compete level. Back to action. 23-23. Play to 25, got to win by 2. Lucy Maslow to the back line to serve. Maslow running jump serve. This one's good. Heat will take it from their backcourt. Backwards bump. They got to bump this one over. They send it to Elliott. Here's Henderson. Touch set coming over. She tried to catch him sleeping. Bechtel. Henderson long set to Henriksen. Her drive to the backcourt of the Heat. They'll keep it alive with a set hit coming. That one's off the mark into the net. Set point now for the M1 Laser Cats. 24-23. Set number 1. Northern Heat out of unforced errors. This drive by M1, back to court by Lucy Maslow. It's good serve. Here's near stay. Henderson goes backwards with it. Henriksen long set. Northern Heat able to play it. Hit coming. This touch set goes long. Bechtel backward set by Henderson. Near stay with a wonderful drive to the backcourt of Northern Heat. They'll send a sideways bump over. Here's Bechtel. Henderson to Henriksen. Her drive to the backcourt of the Heat. Long set. Touch set coming. Henriksen keeps it alive. Bechtel backwards bump. Backwards bump by Henderson keeps it alive into the Heat court. Touch set. Hit coming. Henderson. Now it's Maslow to Nearstay. Nearstay with a wonderful drive. Heat keep this alive. It's Bechtel over to Henderson. Long set. Here's Henriksen with the drive to the backcourt of the Heat, and they do a wonderful job to keep this ball alive. Long set. Here's Bechtel setting from the backcourt to Hendrickson's toss, set by Nearstay. And that's the end of the first set. M1 take it in a stunning fashion with a great comeback. 25-23. What a job by the M1 Laser Cats. Wow, that was a great grit. Fun to watch. I'm going to reset here, folks. And while I reset, we'll say a special thanks to our sponsor, South Metro Driving School. South Metro Driving School. Find us online, southmetro.com. Well, after the end of one set, M1 taking it in stunning fashion here. What a job. What grit and determination by M1. Really fun to see. We didn't play like that yesterday, just if anybody's wondering at home. All right, sorry about that, folks. We may have glitched there just for a second, but you didn't miss anything. We were just in between games. I reset so you could see that this is the, oh, it says Fiesta tourney. It should say Fiesta tourney gold bracket quarterfinal. That's what this is. See if I can fix that again. There we go. Oh, geez, now this, hang on. Sorry, folks, I was talking to myself there. I didn't realize I was muted. Now I'm back at it. That was a nice block that you just saw by Reese Elliott to tie the game. Lucy Maslow with a long drive. That ball looked like it was going out, but it's played by Northern Heat. 4 hits to get that one over. That won't count, so 4-3 and 1. Lucy Maslow with a 1-point advantage. Maslow to the back line. Her service is a good one. Northern Heat plays this up and over. Schwant goes down for the dig, but she mishits this. Tie game at 4. Roshus in for Maslow. Once again for your Laser Cats, we have Elliott, Henderson, Nearstay, Roshus, Schwant, and Henriksen. Drive by the Heat, back to Roshus, Henderson, over to Henriksen. Her drive right into a block, but I think they're going to say Henriksen must have been over the line or hit the net. Some sort of net violation there on Henriksen. Northern Heat takes a 1-point advantage. This serve back to Henriksen. She'll settle to Henderson. It's a give and go. Henriksen, long touch set. The Heat keep it alive easily. Hit coming. This right in front of Kenna Roshus. They catch her off guard, and it's 6-4 Northern Heat. Heat to the backcourt to serve. This serve right to Schwant. She'll settle. Henderson backward. Set. Nearstay with the drive. Midcourt, Northern Heat. They'll send it over. Elliott with a hit right at the net. Nice job. Reese Elliott. Oh, and Northern Heat. They catch a break there. Catching just. They caught the top of the net on their hit there, and that turned a fastball into a changeup right in front of Sophia Schwant. It falls for a point. 7-4 Northern Heat. Here's Schwant. Her pass is short to Kinley Henderson. She's got to dive for that one. 8-4 Northern Heat. Northern Heat to the backcourt to serve. Now they're picking on Schwant, but Schwant does a nice job with this ball. Net violation there. Looks like they called that one on Henderson. 9-4 Northern Heat. Northern Heat taken out off to the early lead. And one with a couple of unforced errors here early on in this second set. But really not playing all that bad. We just got to pull it together just a little bit, play a little bit more sound. Just look at our real fun crowd here today. Mr. Carter there, just showing us a good stance, ready stance. Oh no, that was Mr. Henderson, I think. Serve just over the net. Henriksen keeps this one alive. She had to dig for that one, but (10-4 Heat). They send this one over. Henriksen to Henderson. Long set. Henriksen with the drive. And that one's great. 10-5. Here is Signe Carter and Quinn Bai in for Resi Nearstay and Kinley Henderson. Signe Carter to serve. Sporting the single simple pony here today. Carter all the way back. Quinn Bai and Reese Elliott just kind of mistimed their jumps there for a block. The Heat will take advantage. So here comes the Heat. 11-5 your score. Heat with a running jump serve. Henriksen settles. It's Carter. Back to Henriksen. She keeps that ball alive. What an athletic play, Madeline Henriksen. M1 get the point there by a unforced error on the Heat. Fiona Bechtel in for Madeline Henriksen. 11-6 your score. Fiona Bechtel into serve. Bechtel to the back line to serve. Running jump serve by Bechtel. Here's a good one. Heat pop this up, send it over. Rauschus. Carter to Elliott. Elliott with the drive. Heat keep it alive from their backcourt. Their hit coming. Carter sends this to Bechtel. She'll keep it alive back to Rauschus. Rauschus goes backwards, bump with it, and the Heat return. This drive going deep. (11-7) M1 starting to close the gap. Fiona Bechtel coming to the back court to serve. Bechtel with a wonderful drive. The Heat bring this forward. Touch set over the net. Kind of gets that right over a block by and they really caught By and Elliott in a block, and they sent a nice set over. Carter tried to get it with a dig, but couldn't get there. Schwant, Bechtel over to By. By with a drive, that's right into a block by Heat. Heat with a nice block there. 13-7, 5-point advantage for the Heat. No, 6-point advantage for the Heat. Sorry, my math is off early in the morning. Heat with a drive. This back to Bechtel. She'll settle. Here's Signe Carter. Nice soft set by Carter to By. By will go long set to put this in the backside of Heat's court. They'll return. Bechtel, Carter. Here's By. This touch set is found by the Heat on their side. Bechtel tried to get a long pass there, and unfortunately that went over the net, and the Heat were ready for that one. 7-point advantage for the Heat. It's to Schwant. Schwant to Carter. Back to Schwant. Schwant with a drive. That one's good. Rauschus. Libero for M1 with the good running jump serve by Rauschus. All right, that was just a bullet. Now a 5-point game, 14-9. The Heat with a 5-point advantage. Rauschus off the backcourt to serve. Running jump serve to the back corner by Rauschus. Nice serve. Heat able to handle. Nice play, Fiona Bechtel with that dig. This over to Schwant. Schwant goes down the line with it. Maslow, By over to Carter. She'll go sideways bump with this one. Heat keep this alive. Their hit coming to Rauschus. There's Schwant. She'll send it over with the bump. Rauschus, Schwant. Nice play by Maslow. Tried to get a soft set, trying to find a little open area. Bechtel frozen in her stance. Can't get a dig off that ball. And it's 15-9, 6-point advantage for the Northern Heat. They'll regain service side out M1. Heat to the back line to serve. This one coming right to Schwant. Schwant to Rauschus. Here's By from the sideline. Nice play by Quinn By. Heat can't handle that ball. Quinn By with a wonderful hit from the out of bounds. Resi Nearstay and Kinley Henderson in for Quinn By and Signe Carter. Henderson to the backcourt to serve. Running jump serve by Henderson to the backcourt of the Heat. The backward set. Touch set coming down the line. It's Rauschus. Good. And just Rauschus misplays that one. Finds the backcourt of M1. 16-10, 6-point advantage for the Heat here in this second set. Once again, M1 taking that first set 25-23. This drive here by the Heat. Get back to Rauschus. Bechtel. Nearstay. Nearstay puts that one into the net. Unforced error, making it 17-10. 7-point advantage for the Heat. as they serve. This one back to Rasha. She'll settle to Henderson. Here's Schwant from beyond the 10-foot line. They're calling that out. Boy, man, that was really close. Looked good from my point of view, but I have a bad line of sight here. This one, Schwant, she tries to set this. Rashis over to Bechtel. Nice athletic play by Kenna Rashis there. Sideways bump. The Heat aren't going to be able to get this over. (18-11), 7-point game. Madeline Henriksen in for Fiona Bechtel. Sophia Schwant to the back line to serve. 7-point game here. Schwant down the line. Nice serve by Schwant. Backward set. Heat bring this one over. Rashis to near stay. Back to Rashis. Good give and go there. Heat can barely handle, but they somehow keep it alive. Great athletic play by the Heat. Here's Henderson back to near stay. Her drive goes long. That unforced error now making it 19-11. 8-point advantage for the Heat here in this second set. And one got to buckle down here if they want to make this an interesting game. Served by the Heat, back to Rashis. Here's Henriksen, long set, over to Nearstay. Nearstay puts that one into the net. The set was off the mark. 20-11. Northern Heat, this one back to Rashis. Her pass to Henderson. Over to Henriksen, that drive into the net. Another unforced error by M1 makes it 21-11. Heat now with the 10-point advantage. Running jump serve. This back to Rashis. Rashis puts that into the seats. Now it's 22-11. M1 struggling here. Has to regain some ground and find themselves here. 11-point game. Heat to the back line to serve. This to Rashis. Her pass to Henderson over to Maslow. Maslow puts that one away. Oh. The ref calling that out, the line judge calling it in. The ball looked into me. This serve back to Rashis. Henderson. Over to Henriksen. Henriksen with good long set here. Northern Heat plays that to Resi Nearstay. Resi Nearstay passes that to the fans, and they can't play the ball. Set point here for Northern Heat, 24-11. M1 out of unforced errors. This drive right back to Henriksen. She'll pass that to Henderson. Henderson blocked at the net. And in set number 2, M1 gets pounded. 25-11. That was a tough one, folks. We gotta stop beating ourselves. Focus on good passes. So we're gonna go to a third set, a rubber match. This one will be played to 15. It's all about momentum. Played to 15, gotta win by 2. Whew. In tight volleyball, that first game was way more fun to watch. Hopefully we'll see a barn burner here. Here's a coin flip. They're flipping to see who serves. Sounds like Northern Heat's going to get the ball to start. Set number 3 about to be underway. We're going to play to 15. Got to win by 2. It's all about momentum and the limiting of unforced errors. Of course, good shots tend to cause unforced errors. So hopefully we can stay sound on our side of the ball and cause some unforced errors on Northern Heat's side. I'd like to see that. Special shout out to Myron and Joanne Henriksen tuning in from Bradenton, Florida. Very special fans, the grandparents of Madeline Henriksen. Thanks for tuning in. And we're back to action here. Starting lineup for the M1 Lasercats are Lucy Maslow, Sophia Schwant, Kenzie Watson, Reese Elliott, Kinley Henderson, and it looks like Resi Nearstay is about to join the group. We might see a substitution to start the game. Keep that in mind. Usually that's how volleyball works. There's the substitution. Roshas for Elliott. Henderson to the backcourt to serve. And Henderson. Backcourt service. Running jump serve by Henderson to the backcourt of the Heat. They'll settle this. Hit from beyond the 10-foot line's a good one. Watson passes to Henderson. Nice pass. Schwant puts that hit into a block, kept alive nicely by Maslow. Heat to work on their end. They'll send a bump over. Roshas, Henderson backward set to no one. That was a miscommunication. No one home there on that backward set. Heat go to their backcourt to serve. Northern Heat send that drive to Schwant. Henderson long set. Nearstay one-handed hit to the backcourt of the Heat. Heat go to work, send one over. Watson, Henderson long set right to Schwant. Schwant right into a block. Kept alive. Schwant with a double hit. 2-0 Heat. And one just got to be aware of those blocks. This drive right back to Watson. She plays this ball into the corner. 3-0 Heat. M1's got to lock down. Try and avoid the unforced errors. Be quick with the feet. Northern Heat back to Roshas. Nicely done to keep it alive. Henderson to Nearstay. Nearstay touch set to the Heat's backcourt. Heat send a bump over. Here's Watson. Back to Maslow. Maslow with a good drive. Sent over. Henderson, Roshas. Schwant from the side court. Good drive here to the backcourt of the Heat. Heat come with a sideways bump. Watson, Henderson, back to Nearstay. Nearstay with a good hit to the backcourt of the Heat, and M1 is on the board. 3-1 Northern Heat. Sophia Schwant to the backcourt to serve. Schwant, her drive down the line. The Heat keep it alive. They'll go to the side court. They'll send this unforced error into the net. M1 takes advantage. 3-2, 1-point game with the Heat in a 1-point lead. Schwant to the backcourt to serve. Schwant running jump serve. It's to the backcourt of the Heat. Soft set, hit coming, blocked by Maslow. Henderson had a piece of it, sent it forward, and Nearstay kind of lost balance on that. 4-2. 2-point advantage for the Heat. Running jump serve. This one back to Roshas. Roshas gets right in front of Kenzie Watson. Not Rochus' ball. Miscommunication. 5-2 Northern Heat. Running jump serve. This one again back to Maslow. Excuse me, back to Rochus. Oh, Northern Heat can't handle. 5-3 your score. Elliott in for Rochus. Lucy Maslow working off the baseline service. Running jump serve by Maslow's into the net. That unforced error makes it 6-3. 3-point advantage for the Heat here in the third set. Rochus for Maslow. Northern Heat running jump serve. This one right in front of Schwant. Schwant digs it out of the ground. Heat keep it alive. They'll send a hit over. Rochus puts that pass into the net. Unfortunately, an unplayable ball. 7-3, 4-point advantage for Northern Heat. This game played to 15, got to win by 2. It's now or never for M1. This drive back to Rochus. Rochus, Henderson backward. Set Nearstay with the drive. Nice hit there by Nearstay. Heat from their backcourt kept alive here. Watson. Oh, played up into the rafters by Rochus, unfortunately. Watson played that ball and just couldn't get out of the way for Rochus to play it. Rochus just trying to get a hand on it. 8-3 your score. Rubber match. This is set number 3. Northern Heat to serve. This serve right back to Rochus. She'll play it forward. Schwant. Watson will get it over with the sideways bump. Northern Heat plays it. Keeps it alive. That ball sent out by the Heat. M1 takes advantage. Signe Carter, Quinn Bai in for Henderson and Nearstay. It's 8-4. Carter to the back line to serve. Carter running jump serve. Nice serve this time. And that's an ace. Signe Carter again to the back line to serve. Good serve again by Carter. Northern Heat not able to handle. Second ace in a row by Carter. It's 8-6. It's a 2-point game here. M1 starting to gain some steam. Carter down the line. Good serve. 3 serves. Great serves in a row by Carter. Sent over by Northern Heat. Easy playable ball. But a full miscommunication there by M1. You hate to see that. That ball was completely playable. 9-6. This ball sent over. Watson. Smart play by Kenzie Watson to let that ball go. That was just long. M1 makes it 9-7. Here is Fiona Bechtel for Kenzie Watson. That was a great play by Kenzie Watson. Smart heads-up play, letting that one go long. Fiona Bechtel here to the back line to serve. Running jump serve by Bechtel. That's down the heart of the court. The Heat play this over. Bechtel keeps it alive. Carter, Schwant. She sends that down the line. That's just wide. With a soft set, unforced error. 10-7. 3-point advantage for the Heat. This one right to Rochus. Her pass to Carter's a good one. Backward set. Nice play by Bai. Heat got a piece of it. They're able to play this one over. Bechtel, Carter. Long pass off the mark. But Schwant does a nice job bumping this one off over. That hit blocked nicely by Bai and Elliott right at the line there, 10-8. 2-point advantage for the Heat. Lucy Maslow for Reese Elliott. Kenarashis with the drive. Heat play it from their baseline. They'll bring it backwards, bump, bringing it over. Rashis pass to Carter. Carter off the mark, but Maslow's able to get there. They're going to call a carry on Maslow. Once again, that pass off the mark by Carter. Maslow had to run and get there. 11-8, 3-point advantage to Northern Heat. Dig by Schwantz, a good one. She'll get this one over. Heat keep it alive. Set hit coming on. Nice job by Kenarashis to keep that ball alive. Bechtel is just able to get this one out of the ground. That ball sent long by the Heat. Now it's a 2-point game, 11-9. Kinley Henderson for Quinn Bai and Resinierste for Sydney Carter. Henderson to the back line to serve. Henderson running jump serve. It's a good one. Heat play this over. Rashis to the backcourt. Kenarashis' pass is well off the mark, and Heat take advantage, making a 3-point lead. 12-9, timeout M1. The Heat to the backcourt to serve. This serve right back to Rashis. Henderson backward set. Schwant with the drive. This to the backcourt of the Heat. Heat bring it forward. They'll send this over. It's a diving dig by Fiona Bechtel. But that one's off the mark. She's not able to elevate the ball. It's 13-9, 4-point advantage. M1 starting to run out on forced errors. Heat send this one over. That one's long. Nice play by Sophia Schwant letting that ball go. 13-10. Kenzie Watson in for Fiona Bechtel. Sophia Schwant to the backcourt to serve. Running jump serve by Schwant's a good one. This to the backcourt of the Heat. They'll play it forward with a soft set. Long set by the Heat. Rashis, set by Henderson to Watson. That's a great shot by Kenzie Watson. Today she is on the mark. Good drive, Kenzie Watson. Sophia Schwant to the backcourt to serve. Schwant, her drive over to, nice tip. Nice tip there by Kenzie Watson, making it a 1-point game. 13-12, timeout, Northern Heat. Once again, this game, the rubber match, played to 15. Got to win by 2. What a barn burner. Northern Heat with a 1-point advantage. M1 with the service. Sophia Schwant serving. Schwant. Good serve by Schwant. Heat able to keep it alive. Hit into the net. Unforced error ties the game at 13. Just what the doctor ordered. Here's Schwant. The crowd is going wild. What a comeback here by your Lasercats. Schwant. She delivers. This one's long. That unforced air gives it. Game set point for Northern Heat. M1 out of unforced airs. The Heat with the serve. This one back to Roshas. She plays it forward. Henderson over to Watson. Watson just barely keeps it alive. Heat bring that forward. Oh, blocked at the net. And Northern Heat take it in stunning fashion. What a set point. Two wonderful games. And M1 drops the quarterfinal game to Northern Heat. What a close game, though. Hard-fought game. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Henriksen. We'll be tuning in soon.